Hi guys, my name is Matthew. I am going to give my opinions on the whole Will Smith Chris Rock situation. I have a stammer, or if you live in America, they call it stuttering. But I'm able to give my opinions and just be myself, unfiltered, uncensored, and this is me. Okay. Okay. So let's get into it. Okay. Will Smith has been around for over 30 years. He's an actor. Chris Rock is a actor stroke comedian. He makes people laugh essentially. He's been hosting the Oscars on and off now for a number of years. And basically, Will Smith and him, I don't think they are friends, but they know of each other essentially. So last night at the Oscars, Chris Rock was making a joke about Will Smith's wife's having a bald head, but the cause of her balding is alopecia. Essentially, is it's someone who's not he can't keep the hair on the scalp of the head essentially, and hairs basically falls out every time they attempt to grow longer hair. Okay, so basically, to go to make the long story short, Chris Rock was hosting on the award and he was making a few jokes. Two at first, Javier Bardem and his wife, and then he moved over to Will Smith, his wife, and he basically said essentially, "Hey, Jada, um, Jada, you be paraphrasing, you be right for G.I. Jane too." So essentially, what he's referring to, if you haven't seen the film, it's a film released in 1997, directed by Ridley Scott, called G.I. Jane, I think. Yeah, starring Demi Moore. And in that film, her character has a bald head. And that's what Chris Rock was referring to as he was making a joke. So I'm old enough to have seen that film, and I know why he made that joke. But when he said the joke, Will Smith at first was in with the joke, and then if we look at the footage, you would notice that Jada was a bit uneasy and she didn't feel comfortable with everybody, and not just in the room, but around the world, knowing that she has alopecia. I think that's what I think was going through her head. I don't know, but you can. It's very different when you say something in the room, but in this situation, it's the whole world would know essentially. So he said the joke, and then they exchanged a few, they they exchanged a few words with Smith, and then he suddenly leaps out from his chair onto the stage, the Oscars. Okay, stands about, I'll say about 2 feet from Chris Rock, and he just whacks his face on Chris Rock's um cheek. But I think he missed him. I think he didn't. I think he missed him, but Chris Rock leaned out the way, so it looked like he missed it. And at first, the first time I saw it, no joke, I thought it was like a skit. They say in the States, skit, or playing along something, or let's do this to make it. exciting, the Oscars, this part, no, but, and then I later realized he went back to his seat, Will Smith, and then he said in his like Will Smith real life voice, leave my wife's name out your mouth. He said that about 2 times, and Chris Rock was like, "It's a joke. It's a Jane joke." And he said again, Will Smith, in his Will Smith real life, not acting voice, "Leave your name out my, leave my wife's name." That's it. Leave my wife's name mouth. So he said that, and then Chris Rock was just so professional. He didn't overreact. He didn't try to up the awkwardness of being slapped on stage in front of the world. He smiled and he went, okay, and then he continued on. Was Will Smith right to get up on stage and do that? I think not. Not in that situation. Not in front of the world's media when every action you do will be magnified 100 times. And if he had done it in a way that was not so public, it would have been okay. But I can also understand the fact that he has to protect his wife's feelings, and if she felt uncomfortable, I think most husbands would do the same, but I don't think they would get up on stage and do something like that. So I think it's quite hard to tell actually. But it's done. He won the Oscar for what film did he win again? King Richard. You know, he's a happy man again. I don't think he did apologize. I don't think he did actually, as he was saying the speech. But hey, shit happens. You know, when you're the most recognizable actor in the world, black actor in the world, you can get away with things, and I think the Academy will find a way to make sure in the future that comedians understand that there's a boundaries and lines, that you can't make someone uncomfortable, even though they understand what he does for a living. He's a comedian. He has a dig at people. He likes to push boundaries, and even when he said the joke, he was saying, "Oh, it's a joke. It's funny. It's funny." Yes, but he found it funny. I think a few people in the room thought they were just playing along. It was some skit, some haha moment of the Oscars, but they later found out that it wasn't the case. That he was serious, Will Smith, and I could just tell by his eyes. You can see his eyes, and he was like, "Leave my wife's name out your mouth." And he said that 2 times, and I knew that's not acting. That's not a skit. Probably they know of each other, but I don't think they are friends. I don't think Chris Rock is going to get an invitation to come down to be to come down to be interviewed on his YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel, Will Smith. I think it's got about 15 million people, to just say, "Look, I made a mistake. Chris Rock, I should not have leaped at my chair and hit you at the Oscars live in front of the world's media. Let's shake hands like men. Let's go for a beer. Let's go for a pint." So that's me, Matthew. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe, and enjoy your day.